Starting lineup on the floor. Starting at guard, a sophomore from Statesville, North
Welcome to Francis Marion University for today's key matchup of Conference Carolina's foes as the Chowan Hawks visit the host Francis Marion University Patriots. I'm Paul McDonald, and I'm thrilled to bring you this basketball game this evening. And we're introducing the Chowan squad. Let's first get a quick run through of those starters. Number 5, Tayasia Sharp. She's a guard, 5'5", from Statesville, North Carolina. Number 11, Destiny Robinson, forward, 5'10", senior from Hampton, Virginia. Number 14, Anaya Patterson. She's a guard, 5'4", junior from Dover, Delaware. Olivia Gaither, guard, 6 foot, redshirt senior from Fredericksburg, Virginia. And Monique Jones, the guard, 5'11", graduate from Chester, Virginia. Chowan Hawks are coached by Lenise Stallings, assisted by Kara Jackson. Now let's go ahead and introduce the Francis Marion University women's basketball squad. Actually, let's get to them in just a moment. I want to talk to you a little bit about the records for both squads coming in. Key games here in the matchup. FMU comes in at 10-7 in conference play. 12-4 is Chowan. So Chowan looking to continue their strong showing in Conference Carolinas. And for Francis Marion, they're looking to make a statement against Chowan. We'll talk a little bit more about why a victory over Chowan today would be a very important statement game for the Patriots, not only in the region, but also in Conference Carolinas play. So let's start talking about women's basketball, the starting squad for the Patriots. First, number 4, Scarlett Gilmore. She is a guard, junior from Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Number 4, Scarlett Gilmore.
Number 5, Jasmine May, another guard, 5'8", from Sanford, North Carolina. She is a transfer from Oral Roberts University. At the point for the Patriots, Anaya Oliver. She's a guard, number 11, sophomore from Goose Creek, South Carolina. One of 2 strong players patrolling the paint for the Patriots, Zaria Woods, number 15. She's from Lancaster, South Carolina. And finally, also in the paint, doing the Lions' share of the work underneath the rim is Lauren Taylor for the Patriots. She's number 32, center from Blythewood, South Carolina. Head coach of the squad is Jerry Porter. She is assisted by Jeanette Walker. So we're going to go ahead and get things started here. Chowan out and awaiting the Patriots to go ahead and get things going. And I got to tell you, for Chowan, things start and stop with the great Destiny Robinson. Robinson having a fantastic year, and it starts with her rebounding. She's actually rebounding at a near 10 rebounds per game. So watch out for Destiny Robinson to take care of business underneath the rim. She also leads the Hawks in scoring. She's coming in at a 13.8 clip for the Hawks. So as we get started, the Hawks have won the tip. Good ball movement to start for Chowan. Great movement around the paint. It's obvious to see right away what Chowan wants to do. They want to go with speed, driving the lane. Good work by number 5, Tayasia Sharp. Ball goes out of bounds, though. That'll be possession to Chowan. Olivia Gaither to inbound. Gaither easily in underneath to Destiny Robinson. Robinson works her way in. That ball, again, blocked and tipped away by the Patriots. Another possession to Chowan, so the Patriots content to keep away from the Chowan Hawks squad as far as the passing is concerned. How about an easy stroke from the elbow to start things off scoring is Monique Jones. First possession for the Patriots. More perimeter work by the Patriots here. Patriots will work their way underneath either to Zaria Woods or Lauren Taylor. Instead, 3-point attempt is just off the mark from Jasmine May. Rebound, Anaya Patterson. Chowan with the handles. I like that move from Tayasia Sharp. She didn't quite have the handle, so she slowed things down to get under control. How about that control? slip it underneath to Destiny Robinson for 2. Oliver to bring the ball up. Good fast work by the Patriots to get into their half-court offense. No pressure so far from Chowan besides pressure once they get into the half-court. Mid-range stroke from Lauren Taylor gets the scoring started for the Patriots. Good work from Chowan to get the ball down quickly to Olivia Gaither for 3, the senior from Fredericksburg, Virginia. So starting off at a great clip is Chowan, already leading 7-2. Pass underneath to Taylor to a driving Zaria Woods to no avail. That ball was tipped away. Steal by Destiny Robinson. Good move by Chowan to drive the paint. And fast break work by Chowan here to get the job done. Anaya Patterson with the score. Fast start for the Hawks early on. We're only 2 minutes in. Hawks already with a 9-2 lead. Nia Oliver with possession. She's going to flip it under to Taylor. Taylor's going to get to work with the left hand. She goes up and over with the lefty glass. That's 2 for Taylor. Back to perimeter work on the side of Chowan. Good skip pass all the way across to Olivia Gaither. Gaither drives the lane, no problem, but that shot was way off possession of the Patriots. Fast break by the Patriots. Good work by Chowan to get back and prevent. Talk about a prevent. How about a steal? Destiny Robinson stepping into the passing lane. Gets the steal. Fast break for Chowan. Chowan with a quick break there. Ball just off the rim by Sharp. Possession to the Patriots. Pardon me, that's going to be the shot of Patterson. 3-point attempt. All 3 of these for Scarlett Gilmore. So we're at a blazing pace so far. Not even 3 minutes into the game. It's 9-7 Chowan. Chowan quality pass to what amounts to a free throw stroke for Monique Jones. Instead, possession back to the Patriots. Patriots are going to try to slow things down. Nope, instead they're going to slip it underneath. Destiny Robinson did not make a quick enough move to get under to stop Lauren Taylor. Patriots have tied the game at 9s. Taisha Sharp with some good slow possession there. Quickly eyeing the floor. Good passing to Anaya Patterson. Another stroke from the free throw line. A blazing pace here so far early on. Brings Chowan to the University Center. Got a foul on the floor. That'll be the first foul against Destiny Robinson. Robinson with some quality defense so far. Entering the game for Chowan, number 22, Shaquana Jackson. Kiana Lee in for the Patriots now for the Pats, in addition to Shaquana Jackson coming in for Chowan. Great defense on the side of Chowan. Chowan collapses on Zaria Woods. Zaria Woods with the travel possession back to the Hawks. Hawks wearing the dark blue to the Patriots' white jerseys at home here for Conference Carolinas play today. Driving is Anaya Patterson. She's going to take it all the way to the lane. That ball rims in and out. Rebound, Lauren Taylor. Anaya Oliver slips it underneath to Zaria Woods. Zaria Woods maneuvers a little bit. Errant shot is rebounded by Chowan. Chowan showing their length underneath, very much contending against Lauren Taylor and Zaria Woods underneath the rim. And good work from Chowan. Chowan with 2 attempts near under the rim, but defended nicely by the Patriots. Anaya Patterson not too happy with that call. It is going to be possession to the Patriots. Anaya Patterson with the foul on that one. You could have maybe gone with a jump ball there, but definitely contact from Anaya Patterson. Jasmine Stanley into the game, number 22 for the Patriots. Kiana Lee with her fast movement has come into the game for the Patriots. So a 3-guard set or look for the Patriots in Anaya Oliver, Gilmore, along with Kiana Lee. Good passing by the Patriots, and 1. Count it for Lauren Taylor, number 32, making her presence known early on in this matchup.
Fouls on the Hawks, number 33, Cabria Hopkins.
Cabria Hopkins with a foul on that one.
Number 32, Lauren Taylor.
Taylor goes to the line for the Patriots. Taylor leading the way for the Pats. She's got 8 of the Patriots' 11 points on the day, looking for 9 with the free throw. That ball hard off the rim, possession to Chowan. Chowan Hawks really pressing the pace here today, and a pass that was not minded by a teammate, so missed pass by number 3, Demetria Bland, passes that ball out of bounds. So with that, our first break at 11 all with 4:59 to go in the first quarter. We are deadlocked here at the University Center.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Men's and women's basketball teams will play a pair of home games this coming weekend. Both FMU squads will entertain North Greenville University on Friday at 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. and then Converse University on Saturday afternoon at 2 and 4. So lots of FMU basketball men's and women's squads both coming up this Friday and Saturday. Well, how about the pace of this first quarter? Deadlocked at 11. Things were really flying fast for the first possessions. Chowan with a 9-2 lead to get things started. The Patriots answered with a 9-2 run of their own. We are deadlocked at 11. 4:59 to go in the first quarter. 3 fouls against Chowan. We'll have to pay attention if 2 more fouls can be drawn and put the Patriots into the bonus here in this first quarter. For now, Anaya Oliver with a crossover brings the ball up with possession. Kiana Lee handles the ball nicely. Crossover to Gilmore. Now the three-point stroke. All 3 of these. Jasmine Stanley puts the three-point up and down between the twine. Demetria Bland, skip pass to number 33, Kibra Hopkins. We're going to get the three-point stroke from number 5, Taisha Sharp. Sharp with a miss, and Oliver now brings that ball up. Three-point stroke from Lauren Taylor, in and out. Maybe not the best shot to take. She should be using that shot clock just a little bit longer. Chowan had numbers, but Sharp decides not to drive the rim. Instead, rebounding is the name of the game for the Patriots there. Chowan already very much on that rebound, except that ball tipped just out of bounds. I like the work from Monique Jones, the effort from her to get that rebound, and sure enough, actually that ball tipped off of fingertips or fingernails of Patriot players, so it will be possession Chowan. Chowan into an easy mid-range shot that is missed. Patriots retain possession. Richards throws up a 3. Richards, normally a very, very strong three-point shooter. That ball goes off the rim and then off the tips of Olivia Gaither. Out of bounds, so it'll be an inbounds opportunity for the Patriots. Number 25, Kiana Lee, put that ball in. Lee to Richards. Over to Oliver. Oliver between the circles. She's going to cross over. She's at the top of the three-point arc. Over to Lee. Lots of perimeter work by the Patriots, looking for a seam to get to the rim. How about that drive from Kiana Lee? Lee sees the seam, drives through it, drives the paint, knocks down the lay-in. Well defended by Chowan, but better work by Lee to get that ball to go down. In and out is the three-point attempt by Chowan. Fast break opportunity for the Patriots. Richards is going to go ahead and just throw up a two-pointer. I like that attempt. Surprised at the no travel call here. Chowan again with numbers. Patriots do get back in time to defend. Missed shot on the three-point stroke, so we're going to get a little bit of a conversation between the officials to affirm the possession. That will be possession. Patriots, that ball was off the toes of Kibra Hopkins. Hopkins efforting to get that ball, but when she did, tipped off her toe, out of bounds. Patriots Going to go ahead and slow things down. Patriots with a 15-11 lead. 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Elbow stroke is good from Lauren Taylor. Well, Lauren Taylor with 10 points already. Not even 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Already 10 points for Lauren Taylor. Taylor, the leading scorer for the Patriots by far. She's knocking down 16 points a game on average. Well on her way to a successful evening so far. And she's going to be relied on quite a bit to work underneath the rim.
Checking in for the Hawks, number 14, Anaya Patterson.
Patterson comes into the game for Chowan. Also 35, Monique Jones. So we're seeing the rotation of Chowan. Chowan doing a lot of switching here. And we're going to get the fast break from Jada Richards. Richards is going to go up, try to put it up. She gets fouled hard, and she's going to go ahead and slide over to the bleachers. So she's going to get a little bit of help there, and she's going to get right back up. Her teammates are picking her up. She had momentum going to the rim, but she did get fouled.
Number 35, Monique Jones.
Monique Jones just doing all she could to defend there, and in the process, both Jones and number 20, Jada Richards, both with so much momentum. Richards now being helped to make her way around to the bench. So we're going to take a break here with 2:36 to go. FMU with a 17-11 lead. Welcome back to the Smith University Center. 2:36 to go, so we took just a quick break. Jada Richards took it hard to the rim, but unfortunately injured. She cannot take the free throws. Scarlett Gilmore is going to come in and take those attempts. Gilmore makes on the first. I don't think that was a hard foul per se, but it was both players going hard to the rim, one defender, and then also Jada Richards. Richards fouled by the defender for Chowan. On that foul, Jada Richards went over to the bleachers. Doesn't look like she hit the bleachers, but she did go to hit the deck very, very hard. So she came off with some assistance. So we are hopeful that she will return here after a little while. In the meantime, possession to Chowan. The lengthy number 23, Olivia Gaither, is going to go ahead and inbound. Great work on the inbound. She gets the ball to a wide-open Destiny Robinson. Robinson kind of really missed an opportunity there to get that two-pointer to go down and gain the and one. Instead, with the miss, that ball rims out. She's going to get two free throw opportunities out there on the floor. So Destiny Robinson at the free throw line. FMU has opened up an 18-11 lead. It's important to note that Chowan had a 9-2 lead. Since then, the Patriots with a 16-2 run after the Chowan lead. So we'll have to see how FMU sustains that. FMU with some nice fast break work and also getting back against Chowan's fast break. Chowan has done a lot of fast break work, but the Patriots mostly have been back to help. Well, we're going to get some pressure here, some full court pressure against the Patriots inbound after the make free throw. A little bit of a trap press, and success is Chowan on that one, showing the press for the first time today. They get possession. Now rebound to Scarlett Gilmore, so missed opportunity there. Kiana Lee flips that ball to Zaria Woods, so Gilmore to Lee. Full court pass. Lee flips it to Woods. Woods takes care of business under the rim. Oh, quick deke. The fans want the travel call. No call was the opportunity on that one. So Scarlett Gilmore, the diminutive guard, taking care of the glass. Zaria Woods normally is the one that is going to get that opportunity. So we're going to get a blocking foul, or pardon me, a charge. So that's going to be So Jakira Bagby into the game for Chowan, and she didn't quite get her feet set, so therefore it's going to be a foul against her. So Anila Oliver is going to get 2 opportunities, knocks down the first. Oliver hits at a 755 clip free throw percentage-wise, so with those 2 makes, she's upping her numbers. Nice efficiency from her from the charity stripe. Patriots has a 10-point lead. Minute 40 to go in the first quarter. This quarter has had blazing speed, lots of fast break, lots of action, and 5 fouls against Chowan. So Patriots are in the bonus against Chowan. So any foul results in free throw opportunities for the Patriots. Patriots will have to take advantage of that with a minute 22 to go. Patriots with possession. Stanley over to Lee. No rebound to be found, so Jakiria Bagby picks up the rebound. Great fast break again by Chowan. Demetria Bland driving the lane, but then her pass is errant. So speed is the name of the game for Chowan. Chowan has been running hard. Now we're going to look for Patriots to see how they last during this game, because if that fast break continues for Chowan, so too will the Patriots defense need to get back and continue to get back. They've had success doing so far. In the meantime, in and out with Scarlett Gilmore, trying for a three-pointer. She had a good look at it. Driving the lane is Taisha Sharp. She goes high glass. I saw her whisper glass as she threw it up on the glass. That ball goes down and in. So Chowan starting to claw back into this are the Hawks. Hawks down by as many as 10 earlier on in this period. 2 quick scores, and Chowan now down by only 6. Another 3 for Gilmore, again in and out. Oh, slip it underneath. Love that rebound from Zaria Woods. She sneaks it underneath after the rebound to Jasmine Stanley. Stanley takes care of business. Shot clock is off, 15 seconds to go. Chowan content to work for the last shot. Underneath was the attempt to get the pass to Destiny Robinson. That pass a little bit too high off her fingertips, so the Patriots have 8 seconds left to try to tally another score. Chowan is going to go back and defend in the half court. So Kiana Lee to inbound to Malia Owens now into the game. Smartly, Malia Owens is going to allow the ball to roll so she can save some time, use the clock, and Stanley with good work underneath. Stanley pumped up. That ball slipped down underneath to Stanley. Stanley goes along that baseline, drives up, knocks that ball down, and draws the foul from Bagby. Stanley vociferous and pumped up after that one. You could see her pump 2 fists and yell in content that she was able to draw the and one. So with 3.1 seconds to go, substitution for Chowan. Chowan will bring in the offensive subs such that they can possibly get a possession after the shot attempt on the free throw from Stanley. So Stanley knocks it down, 3.1 seconds to go. Chowan's going to try to make a run at it. Oh, the clock problems, and that's going to allow for an opportunity for Chowan. The clock didn't start on time, so Chowan had about an extra second, but instead they cannot capitalize. After 1 quarter, Patriots with a 27-16 lead.
The Swamp Fox Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Welcome back to the Smith University Center. We've completed 1 quarter of the women's basketball tilt Conference Carolinas action as the Chowan Hawks visit Francis Marion University Patriots. Talked about how this is an exceptionally important game for both the Patriots and the Hawks. Chowan Hawks, they are 10th in the Southeast region poll, one of 3 squads in the region poll. Now, the top 8 make it to the NCAA national tournament. So for Chowan, a victory here may move them up a notch or 2. Their objective is to get to 8 or 7 so that they can earn that national bid if they do not win the conference. For the Patriots, obviously knocking off a top 10 region opponent would do their ranking some favors to try to get some votes and possibly get into that poll. So we've started the second quarter. Anaya Oliver is going to throw up a 3-pointer. All 3 of these for Anaya Oliver. FMU now up to a 14-point lead. FMU leads 30-16. 3-point attempt from Chowan. 2 players on the rebound for Chowan. Hopkins with the rebound and the successful ball. So a good answer from Chowan, and now a steal from Chowan. It's going to result in possession back to the Hawks. Driving down to the baseline successfully. Anaya Patterson making her way down the baseline. So for Patterson, Chowan's second leading scorer at 11.6 points per game. She is making her presence known. Jada Richards driving down to the baseline, but she did slip. Now, earlier in the game, she came out momentarily after hitting the deck hard while driving the lane, trying to get a layup to go. Happy to see that Jada Richards is back in the game, but there you can see that she loses her footing. The result is a travel possession to Chowan. Some great rebound work, and you're going to get Destiny Robinson with the rebound and the putback, so great work by Destiny Robinson. Physical work. I like her work underneath the rim to get that possession and then resultantly knock down the score from point-blank range. Robinson now on the free throw, and she gets the 3-point play to go. So for her, now we're going to see some full-court press from Chowan, broken easily by the Patriots, but Anaya Oliver smartly waits to see the defenders by Chowan pass her by. Very cognizant of the fact that a reach-in successfully from her would result in a steal. Anaya Oliver denied by Destiny Robinson, possession to Chowan. And the attempt to draw the foul is Kibra Hopkins. So Hopkins was a little bit out of balance. All she was really trying to do was draw that foul. I don't think that shot was all that fantastic, but she knew what she was doing. She was a little bit out of balance. So what do you do when you're out of balance? You try to draw that foul. She did so. She's going to get 2 strokes from the charity stripe. Patriots have been up by as many as 14 in this quarter. Hawks have closed it to within 6. 8:16 to go in the second quarter. Chowan had a 9-2 lead to start this game off. Since then, it's been mostly Patriots. Kibra Hopkins knocks down the both. So good work by Kibra Hopkins to take care of business with her free throws. Scarlett Gilmore is going to drive the lane. And we're going to call a travel against Scarlett Gilmore. Gilmore trying to draw that foul, but she came in a little bit out of balance, trying to make that shake and bake to try to get to the rim, but when she did so, she did juggle those feet a little bit. Possession back to Chowan. So as quickly as the Patriots had a 14-point lead, now down to just a 5-point lead. Now the drive for Chowan. Driving the lane is 35, Monique Jones. Monique Jones is going to get an opportunity to go to the free throw stripe. Zaria Woods is the foul. In and out, rimming in and out is the first attempt from Chowan. So a 7-0 run for Chowan here so far has cut into what was a 12-point lead moments ago. There's the make on the back end. She's slapping her hand. She wants them both. I like that competitive edge from Monique Jones. She really wanted to knock down both of her free throw strokes. So Chowan now within 4, down by as many as 14 earlier in this game. Good work by Chowan just to nibble at that lead and eventually get easily within striking distance. Great passing by the Patriots, looking for the open player. Rebound work from Chowan, very successful so far. I'm really impressed with the rebounding of Chowan just in general. So let's talk a little bit about that rebounding. 17-14 is the rebound advantage for Chowan, but Chowan under the paint has really done a great job commanding those in-between rebound opportunities where both squads could easily get them. So it's been those that have been the advantage on the side of Chowan, and clearly for Chowan, it's the offensive rebound advantage. 9 offensive rebounds for Chowan to Francis Marion Patriots 3. That really is the difference in the game so far as to why Chowan has stayed in this despite being down by as many as 14. Speaking of 14, there is number 14 handling the ball. She makes a quick dribble drive move to the rim, but in the process travels. Anaya Patterson turns it over. Jada Richards inbounds. Patriots have the ball. No pressure from Chowan on this possession. They are content to wait for the Patriots to come into their half-court offense. Scarlett Gilmore trying to get on track. Gilmore made a three-pointer early on in this game, but since then has missed a couple. Lauren Taylor lost track of the ball, had a chance to get it back after the missed rebound of Chowan. Zaria Woods is going to go up with the lefty glass, and Zaria Woods with the score. So that almost could have gone bad for the Patriots, but instead a fortunate break. That ball went into the hands of the Patriots, and Zaria Woods collects it and eventually scores.
For the Hawks, number 35, Monique Jones. In for the Patriots,
Monique Jones into the game,
Kiana Lee.
and also Kiana Lee for the Patriots in. So Patriots in their 3-guard set with Jada Richards, Anaya Oliver, Scarlett Gilmore, and Kiana Lee. So scratch that, really a 4-guard look. You could maybe call Richards a guard/forward, but it's really a 4-guard set for the Patriots. Patriots going small here against Chowan.
Substitution for the Hawks, number 11, Destiny Robinson.
Zaria Woods, the only forward/center on the floor for the Patriots. So the Patriots are looking to move the ball, move it fast, take a few more three-pointer opportunities in their 4-guard set. Sure enough, there's the tray attempt from Richards. Richards misses. Rebound, Zaria Woods. Woods takes care of the rest. She gets the and one. Another scream of strength and power there. Great rebound, and then the putback. Zaria Woods takes care of business. Patriots now with a 34-26 lead, awaiting the free throw stroke from Zaria Woods. Woods in and out. She gets her own rebound, drives the lane, goes up with the left hand. So ambidextrous Zaria Woods has been making free throws, making balls under the rim, both the left hand and the right hand. Great effort by Zaria Woods to chase her own miss, take that ball to the rack, and knock it down. FMU back up by 10. Chowan content to move the ball around the perimeter, get that ball to Destiny Robinson. Lots of good passing by Chowan, but the Patriots have been very good at preventing any easy strokes from Chowan. Air ball from Chowan. Great rebound. And I don't think anybody was expecting the air ball from Chowan, but when that air ball did go, Destiny Robinson collected it, then puts that ball up. We're going to get a timeout by the Patriots. Scratch that. We got a media timeout. The Patriots with an 8-point lead.
The world is changing, and Francis Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
Welcome back to the Smith University Center on the FM Patriot Network, where the Patriots have a 36-28 lead 5:50 to go in the second quarter. FMU softball will play host to Queens University of Charlotte for a doubleheader tomorrow. First pitch is at 3 p.m. at the FMU softball stadium in the Griff. FMU men's and women's tennis teams will host Lenoir Rhine University in non-conference action. That's this Sunday at 2 p.m. on the Kasab courts. Hey, also, we got to give a shout-out. Congrats to FMU sophomore tennis player Liam Day. He was named this week's FMU McDonald's Student Athlete of the Week. Let's get back to it. Anaya Oliver, point guard for the Patriots, content to bring the ball up. Patriots continue to stay in their four-guard set. Only Zaria Woods out there as a forward or center out on the floor. The guards are Lee, also Anaya Oliver, number 4, Scarlett Gilmore, and also Jada Richards out on the floor for the Patriots. I don't recall a very long time. It's been a real long time since I have seen a four-guard set from the Patriots. Patriots had been using Lauren Taylor and Zaria Woods to perfection as two strong glass workers. Talk about strong glass underneath in the paint. Zaria Woods with another bucket. But with 2 personal fouls for Lauren Taylor, it's not a surprise that she is on the bench. Coach Jerry Porter is definitely saving her to make sure that she is available for the greater part of the second half, and possibly we may see her for a few moments here in the second quarter. Demetria Bland is going to get the foul called against.
At the line for the Patriots, number 11, Anaya Oliver.
So Anaya Oliver at the charity stripe. Patriots with a 10-point lead, 38-28. Make the front end with 5:10 to go in the second quarter. Count them both. So Oliver continues her solid stretch from the free throw line. She is 4 for 4 on the day from the free throw line. Patriots with a 12-point lead, driving the lane. It's going to be a shoulder foul, really. That forearm shiver from number 22, Shaquana Jackson. She was trying to create just a little bit of space, but that was just a little bit too obvious. And for her, that obvious is easy to show. She is exceptionally long, so when she extends that forearm, that elbow, it's very easy to see by the official. So that was an immediate call against number 22, Jackson. 6'5", redshirt sophomore from Brooklyn, New York. She is a transfer from University of Texas at Tyler. Zaria Woods on the baseline. She's going to kick it out to Lee. Lee is going to drive the lane. Euro step from Kiana Lee. Lee knocks down the lay-in. Good work by her to use that Euro step to free up just a little bit of space. She finishes the rest. How about a blocked pass from Jada Richards? So Jada Richards gets her arm up in the passing lane. From here, it looks like a block, but of course that's just a deflection. There was no shot attempt. Great work, though, by her to prevent the offense from running for Chowan. Anaya Patterson loses control. Over to Jakaria Bagby. Underneath the rim to Destiny Robinson. Rebound from number 23, Olivia Gaither. It's going to be a travel from Gaither. So Gaither was trying to collect herself on that rebound, but when she did travel. That's going to be possession to Jada Richards and the Patriots. Patriots with a 14-point lead, 4:20 to go. A really, really fast pace. Really, the pace was set by Chowan early in this game, but the Patriots have kept up nicely to the tune of a 14-point lead. Scarlett Gilmore is going to try to drive the lane, creates a little bit of space. That ball comes up short. She comes up just a little bit lame and ginger. So we'll have to see if Scarlett Gilmore can get back out on the floor. With a 5-on-4 opportunity, Gaither handles the rest. She knocks that ball down. Woods out to Gilmore. Gilmore is starting to move again Okay, so Gilmore came up a little lame, but now Gilmore back out, moving reasonably well. Air ball, or maybe a ball that glanced off the back of the rim from Zaria Woods. That's possession to Chowan. So every time the Patriots take a big lead, Chowan usually has answered back. Here in this game, there was a quality answer. Turnover from the Patriots means another possession for the Hawks. Entering the game for the Patriots, Jasmine Stanley, number 22, comes in for the Pats.
Also the Patriots, number 25, Kiana Lee. At the line for the Hawks, number 11, Destiny Robinson.
One other entry for the Patriots, and we'll get that mark in just a moment. That entry into the game is Jasmine May coming into the game, the senior from Sanford, North Carolina. Make the first free throw, so now Destiny Robinson trying to go 2 for 2 on this opportunity, and she does just that. Nice work by Destiny Robinson to knock down her 2 opportunities to close the lead for the Patriots to within 10. Kiana Lee is going to work to try to break the press. Good work to break the press is Jasmine Stanley and the squad. However, too much pressure from Chowan results in the turnover. Chowan now with a fast break. Up and over from Taisha Sharp. That ball nearly went down, but it's going to be 2 free throw opportunities for Taisha Sharp. So Chowan content to continue to press the pace. They're working their fast break game very, very well. Now the Patriots have been doing a great job getting their defense back. And in the meantime, we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Let's stay here for this break. And I want to give you a little bit of an update here scoring-wise. 2 players with 10 points for the Patriots, Zaria Woods and Lauren Taylor with 10 each. Lauren Taylor scored 10 of the Patriots' first 14 tallies. 10 of the first 13 points for the Patriots. And then she got into some foul trouble. Lauren Taylor with 2 personal fouls, so she's been on the bench for the Lions' share of the second quarter. Zaria Woods has since kicked in with 10 points. Leading the way is 10 for Destiny Robinson. Robinson again making her presence known. Also, she's hit 4 for 5 from the free throw stripe. So good work by Chowan's leading scorer, Destiny Robinson, keeping Chowan in it. Meanwhile, free throw opportunity, first one missed by number 5, Taisha Sharp. So with that, we'll see the second attempt. Misses them both, so it's going to be a rebound to Jasmine Stanley. Patriots with possession, 10-point lead. We're approaching the 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Richards around the perimeter to Anaya Oliver. Oliver with a crossover. She's going to go down to the paint, then kick it out. Jasmine May, though, drives with the left hand, draws the foul. That should be a foul against Anaya Patterson. It is. So a key player for Chowan with the foul is Patterson. Patterson with 2 fouls. Jones, Bagby, and Jackson also have 2 fouls each. Jasmine May at the line. She'll take 2 lefty strokes at it. Misses the first, rimming out. Jasmine May having a hard time scoring today. So for May, she hasn't scored yet. She's had a couple of opportunities. Jasmine May 0 for 1 from the field. That a 3-point attempt, and then include that other miss here a moment ago. Chowan down underneath, slipping it underneath. I really like that move from number 33, Kebra Hopkins. She was up at the elbow. She takes 1 dribble, drives the lane, knocks down the lay-in. Good work, good speed by her. Speaking of speed, Zaria Woods speedily gets that ball underneath to Jasmine Stanley. Stanley misses, follows her miss with the rebound, and then makes. Jasmine Stanley, good work by her to follow her own miss with a make. Zaria Woods had a similar play like that earlier on in this game. 3-point attempt from Chowan. Those are going to be good. So Taisha Sharp looking to close that gap against the Patriots with a 3-pointer from the top of the arc. Good work by her. She had some space, so she took the shot, calmly knocks it down. Lots of physical contact underneath the rim. No call. Chowan with a fast break again. Missed shot. Rebound, though, is going to be good. Hopkins with the rebound. So first ball rims just barely off the front edge of the rim. Hopkins was Johnny on the spot. Grabs the rebound. Easily knocks it down. How about Anaya Oliver driving the lane? And that ball is going to be grabbed by number 14, Anaya Patterson. So that could spell problems for Chowan. That is for Patterson. That's going to be her third personal foul. So we're not going to see Patterson at least until the second quarter. I'm sure we'll see her come out. Sure enough, the substitution, we're going to see Brianna Copeland come in and substitute here. So she's getting instruction from her Chowan coach, the head coach, in Lenise Stallings. Just to say, hey, this is how you've got to stay out of foul trouble. Okay, speaking of foul or fouls or foul trouble, how about that physical work? Demetria Bland drives the lane and gets fouled by Jada Richards. Richards was not going to allow the score. Instead, she's going to force Bland to go ahead and make 2 free throws. That's not a bad idea. Demetria Bland hitting at a 7.88 clip from the free throw line, so maybe not the best person to foul, but rather to play prevent against the lay-in, and sure enough, a miss on the front end. Patriots holding on to a 6-point lead. They've had a lead by as much as 14 earlier on in this game. Zaria Woods with the inbound. No pressure this time from Chowan. Patriots are going to bring it up slowly, catch their breath with 1:18 to go. Now 20 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time for the Patriots to maneuver. Now Oliver calmly handling the ball. Slips it underneath to Zaria Woods. Kick it over to Richards. Richards with the miss. Rebound for Chowan. So for Chowan brings it up the court. Patriots in position to play defense. In some of the best defense I've seen the Patriots play all season. They are playing it right now. They are astute on the ball. Now, Jasmine Stanley not too happy about the foul call against. She was working very, very hard underneath the rim, so she is not so sure that it should not have been called inconsequential contact. The officials think otherwise. Kibra Hopkins is going to get 2 free throws. Both teams in the bonus, so every foul is an opportunity for either squad. 5-point lead for FMU. Second free throw on the way for Kibra Hopkins. She misses them both. Scarlett Gilmore gets the rebound, but then gets the steal, gets stolen. Possession back to the Patriots. 40 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Zaria Woods tries to get it underneath to Jasmine Stanley, just out of the reach of the lengthy Jasmine Stanley. That ball out of bounds.
Substitution for the Hawks, number 35.
Coming into the game, Monique Jones, and also Olivia Gaither. Kiana Bryant into the game for the Patriots, freshman from Fayetteville, North Carolina, the Terry Sanford High School product. Destiny Robinson back in the game for Chowan. Robinson with 4 steals already here. We're not even halfway through this game. 30 seconds to go here in the second quarter. That ball underneath to Robinson. Robinson gets the rebound, and then we're going to get a jump ball. Good work by Kiana Bryant to get possession of that ball without fouling Destiny Robinson. Jump ball is possession error to Chowan. However, really like that work by Kiana Bryant to create that jump ball opportunity. Driving the lane with no problems. Rebound is Destiny Robinson, so the rebounds continue to come for Chowan. First, the drive from Monique Jones. Destiny Robinson with the rebound. Back to the line is Chowan. So for the Patriots up by as many as 14 in this half. Chowan looking to close the gap. They can get within 3 with 2 free throw strokes made by Destiny Robinson.
At the line, number number 11, Destiny Robinson.
Robinson collects herself. And Robinson makes them both. Substitution for Chowan. Chowan's going to make a defensive substitution. Kebra Hopkins into the game. 17.7 seconds to go, so the shot clock is off with the Patriots in possession. Patriots up by 3. Jada Richards with the ball. She's going to kick the ball over to Gilmore. Gilmore dribbles, crossover, over to Anaya Oliver. Oliver creates some space, throws the three-point attempt. That ball is no good. Rebound to Chowan. Chowan tries to get a shot off, but to no avail. The Patriots hang on to a 45-42 lead. So the Patriots, they had been up by as many as 14 midway through this game, and now up by only 3. So you got to credit the Hawks and their fast break offense to continue to get back into things. And when they were in the bonus, they were making their free throws here and there to the tune of staying in this game, closing that gap. Chowan gaining momentum here as we head to the third quarter. So we've got the 15-minute break, and what we're going to do is we're going to come back with 3 minutes to go, and we'll get you a recap of the first half, and we'll get you started with the third quarter action here with the Patriots leading the Hawks 45-42.
Let me paint you a picture. All of the graduates, all of the faculty, all of the administration, all of the Board of Trustees is decked out in their regalia, their black robes, their hats, their gold tassels. It's just a most beautiful picture of a very formal kind of occasion. And here we march into the gymnasium, and the music is playing, and the gym is packed. And as we come in, and as you look up at all those people, you see families, huge families. You see not just mama and daddy and 2 brothers and a sister, but there's grandmama and granddaddy, there's the aunt and the uncle, they're the cousins, they're the next door neighbors. And you know why all those people are there? Because this is the very first one, the very first graduate. And I can guarantee you that when you go to that graduation, you leave with a tear in your eye, because it's so, so special.
the desire and the love to take care of people is something that you kind of have innate. You kind of just have that thing. But Francis Marion gave me the principles, and they taught me the core values. They taught me leadership qualities, and they've just been foundational and offered a family that I can keep going back to. So even though my personal biological family didn't go to a university, and I didn't really get any wisdom from them for that, I gained a family that could tell me all about college and even the afterlife of college by coming to Francis Marion. And I'm not sure you would have that with, other universities. Throughout the nurse practitioner program, you're already a nurse, and you're a devoted nurse, and you don't want to just quit. And that was another thing I specifically picked this program, was because I was able to look at the curriculum and know that I could work. I even asked a couple of the professors, one being Dr. Hopla, before I started the program, and even she told me, yes, you can still work while you do this. And I did. I worked 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. Sometimes it had to be six days a week to get my 40 hours in, and I still did the nurse practitioner program. It wasn't easy, but nothing worth having is easy. Which the benefit of having classmates and professors that were both working and studying is, we would get worked up and worried about how would we ever do this. And then they would say, well, I can work these 2 12-hour shifts on the weekends and then have the week to study. Or a professor may say, well, you can get creative with your hours here. So you can tell that they've done this, that you can tell that they've gotten creative with their time as well. And then all of a sudden it doesn't feel like such a daunting task because, again, you gain wisdom from their experience.
Choosing a college isn't easy. There are lots of choices to make and so many variables to consider. How do you know when you've found just the right place? The right college will make you feel at home, and that begins with a sense of place. At Francis Marion University, we have a beautiful campus that's safe, well-maintained, and filled with smiling faces. It's the kind of place where you feel you belong, where you wake up in the morning and know that the day ahead will be one you'll savor and enjoy. Now, that doesn't mean life at FMU is easy. There will be challenges. Hard work is expected. We take our academics seriously. You should too. Earning one of our degrees is a real achievement. But some toil, some time invested in a difficult task, that's okay. That's how you grow, how you become someone. FMU is a comprehensive public university, and when it comes to academics, our students have a wide range of choices. We offer more than 75 majors and courses of study. Our professional schools in healthcare, engineering, business, and education are all well-known and respected across the state. At the same time, the arts and the sciences remain the core of what we do. They are the perfect foundation for a successful career and a meaningful life. Programs are important, and we'll continue to work to produce new curriculum that meets the needs of our changing world. But we also know that a great education is less about what is taught and more about who is doing the teaching. FMU's faculty is made up of distinguished scholars and renowned researchers. They're experts in their field and expert teachers too. They love the give and take of the classroom and revel in the progress their students make. In FMU's intimate academic environment, where small classes are the norm, you'll get to know a lot of these dedicated men and women. Some you will remember forever. The academic work and its rewards are why you are here. But there will be a time and place for play, too. We have more than 60 different student organizations, and field teams in 14 NCAA sports. A robust schedule of extracurriculars is a big part of each semester. You'll find space here for rest and relaxation. You'll make new friends and build relationships that last a lifetime. And then, almost as quickly as it all began, it will be over. You will graduate and move on to a life and career full of promise. You'll leave memories behind. You'll leave FMU, but you'll be welcome back anytime. Home is like that, you know. Welcome home. Welcome to FMU.
Welcome back to the Smith University Center here at Francis Marion University, where we are at the half of the women's basketball matchup between the Francis Marion University Patriots and the visiting Chowan Hawks. A couple of keys to the game. As you can see, the shooting percentage is really the name of the game for the Patriots. Patriots with a successful percentage, many of those buckets underneath the rim, and second chance points were really a solid asset for the Patriots as well. So their rebounds turned into makes as well. So holding Chowan to a 34.1 percentage for the field, that is no small feat considering that Chowan went fast break with probably about 65-70% of their opportunities. They first started by trying to take it to the rim, and the Patriots defended that very, very nicely to the tune of the 3-point lead. Now, I can tell you that Chowan really clawed their way back in that second quarter. Chowan by down as many as 14 points They closed the gap to within 3, in large part credit to Destiny Robinson. Robinson with 12 points already in the game. That to go along with 6 rebounds. Now, Robinson, you expect her to stuff the stat book. She leads the Chowan squad with 13.8 points per game on average and a 9.6 clip rebound-wise per game. So nearly a double-double from Destiny Robinson, and she is not disappointing today. 12 points out on the floor. No other teammate has more than 8. 8 points from number 8. Pardon me. That would be 8 points from number 33, Kibra Hopkins, out on the floor. The length of Chowan has really caused problems, though, for the Patriots. Shaquana Jackson clogging up the lane with her blocking and also a few key points of her, actually a few key rebounds of her own. So got to credit Shaquana Jackson for stepping into the game and causing problems. Also got to tip your cap to Olivia Gaither. Gaither with 5 points in the game, but she has handled the ball quite solidly. If she can get her field goal percentage up, look for Chowan to continue to claw their way back. Now, got to credit the Patriots. Patriots scoring from underneath the rim. Zaria Woods and Lauren Taylor having a field day. Lauren Taylor in the first quarter with all 10 of her points. Zaria Woods kicked in with most of her 10 in the second. Now mix in a little Anaya Oliver and with 8 points, and you see the spread of points from the Patriots. Also 9 for Jasmine Stanley. Patriots went with a 4-guard set for a large portion of that second quarter. Part of that was because Lauren Taylor was in foul trouble. She with 2 personal fouls. So out on the floor was Oliver, Woods, Gilmore, along with Richardson and Kiana Lee, rounding out the guard play for the Patriots. So now we're getting ready to get started with the the third quarter. FMU with a 3-point lead. Patriots with possession. Jasmine May handles the ball to get things going for the Patriots. Scarlett Gilmore's pass is blocked, so possession to Chowan. Chowan continuing to claw their way back. Down by as many as 14 in this game. I can't say it enough that you got to give credit to Chowan for their hard work to just continue to press on. They continue to pressure the Patriots offense. They are generating turnovers, such as that one against Scarlett Gilmore's pass. Possession to Destiny Robinson. Robinson with the putback and the finish. So good work by Robinson. She just puts her shoulders down and says, hey, let's keep going and let's do what we do. I like that energy from Destiny Robinson, not to get too high or too low after that putback make. A made free throw here would tie things up, and Chowan has not seen a tie or a lead since the first quarter when they were up by as many as 9-2 to start this game. Robinson with the miss. Chowan has to be satisfied with being down by only 1. We're only 30 seconds into the third quarter. Zaria Woods whips it around to May. May to the top. Scarlett Gilmore is going to dribble to the elbow. Mid-range shot from Taylor is no good. That's not really her best shot. Her best shots are from under the rim or from the three-point line. So for her to get caught in between, that's going to result in something that the Chowan would be satisfied with a shot like that. So for the Patriots, they're going to go ahead and pick up possession again. And Oliver is going to go ahead and dribble drive. And she's going to say the call is going to be that the foul was on the floor, so no progression there for Anaya Oliver on the make, but instead it is still a foul. That is a foul against Taisha Sharp. So possession and inbound for the Patriots. May will bring it in. May having a hard time finding anybody available, so she tosses it all the way over to Anaya Oliver. Calmly handles the ball. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. Free throw area attempt from Lauren Taylor. Lauren Taylor gets that open space from mid-range, and while I think Chowan can be happy with a shot like that from Taylor, Taylor's more happy underneath the rim. Can't give away free throw swings or free throw spaced shots, regardless of who's shooting them. Lauren Taylor feels as though the tip went off of the fingertips of Chowan, but instead it was off of her tips. Possession back to Chowan. Chowan hanging in there, down by only 3. Destiny Robinson is going to drive the paint, then kick it out. Wide open attempt from number 14, Anaya Patterson, is no good. Rebound to the Patriots. Patriots are going to run. Patriots had numbers, decided to hold things off, try to get a little bit more control, content to go into their half-court offense. And a foul from underneath the rim, and calls of discontent. Monique Jones completely not happy with that call, and you can see she's slapping her hands in discontent. She can't believe that that foul was called away from the ball. So that's 2 fouls for her. That's going to bring her off of the floor. Pardon me, that'll be 3 fouls for Monique Jones. No wonder she's not happy. That foul basically means she's going to be pulled off the floor. Coach Stallings has to do it, though. 3 fouls against her strong defender. She's got to be able to save that defender for later in the game. Patterson with the make. Good work by her to get to the hole, take care of business. Slip it underneath to Lauren Taylor. No problem. Zaria Woods, big to big, is Zaria Woods to Lauren Taylor. Taylor makes no mistake with the ball off the glass for the make. That's going to be a foul against the Patriots. Kiana Lee putting pressure on the driving defender, number 14, Anaya Patterson. So the result is a personal foul. Kiana Lee trying to take it to the hole. That's going to be possession and a free throw opportunity for Anaya Patterson. Patterson makes them both.
Substitutions for the Hawks, number 3,
Demetria Bland entering the game for Chowan. Jada Richards in for the Pats. Full court press from Chowan. This more of a man press rather than a trap. Zaria Woods having a hard time getting that ball up. She does get the ball across the line to Scarlett Gilmore. That's going to result in a 3-point attempt from Jada Richards. All 3 of these, Jada Richards knocks it down. Count the tray for Jada Richards. Good work by the Patriots to break that press, get possession, move the ball to a 3-point threat in Richards. Richards makes no mistake. Chowan down at the baseline, content to bring it back over and around. Nearly a half-court violation by Chowan. And during the rebound, Lauren Taylor comes down and steps out of bounds. Possession to Chowan. Good work by Lauren Taylor to get that rebound. However, she couldn't keep her balance. She did put 1 foot out of bounds. Possession to Chowan. Underneath the Destiny Robinson. Robinson just misses. Zaria Woods handles the rebound. Possession to Anaya Oliver. Jada Richards going to try another one. How about all 3 of these for Jada Richards? How about 2 3-pointers in a row on 2 attempts in a row from Jada Richards? Hey, just what the Patriots needed to get things going again. Things were looking a little bit slow for them earlier on in this quarter, but how about 2 3-pointers from the Patriots? But then the answer from Taisha Sharp. Good work by Sharp to quiet the Patriots, who are starting to get a bit energized after that 3-point make. How about another 3? Oh, in and out from Jada Richards. Boy, she was ready to bring the house down with a 3rd 3-point success in a row. Jump ball is going to be possession to Chowan. Monique Jones into the game, along with Shaquana Jackson for Chowan.
In for the Patriots, number 13,
Kiana Bryant back into the game. She came in for a very important possession late in the second quarter. She created some great defense, and while she didn't score, she did cause problems. Jump ball is another problem. Anaya Oliver causes the jump ball, and now it's possession of the Patriots. I like that strength from Oliver. Oliver's like, you're not going up on me. She put 2 hands on the ball against the drive of Chowan, and she just held onto the ball, not only knocking down the Chowan player, but also drawing the jump ball. Scarlett Gilmore drive the lane. It's going to be a foul against Chowan. Monique Jones with another foul now. Monique Jones finding herself in some foul trouble now. She now has 4 fouls against. So for Monique Jones, you can see she's very frustrated as she goes to the bench. Don't blame her on that one. A couple of really strong physical fouls called against her, but with 5 fouls, we are not going to see Monique Jones for a little while. Coach Lanique Stallings, I think she's going to keep her off the floor for quite a bit so as not to allow for her to fall out. She's going to need her later on in this game. Rebound to Chowan. Steal by Gilmore. Gilmore in good position, but she slipped and fell down. Possession back to Chowan. Baseline opportunity is Demetria Bland. Bland is going to go down the lane and draw another foul.
Fouls on the Patriots, number 13, Marion.
So inbounding is the lengthy Olivia Gaither. Gaither brings the ball in to number 22, Shaquana Jackson. We're going to call a jump ball here. I think they're going to replay the possession is all. A little bit of extra sound from the PA, no big deal. So replay the possession inbound from Chowan. 3-point attempt from Chowan is an air ball. Good work to save it is Olivia Gaither. Another 3-point opportunity. In and out is Demetria Bland. Boy, that shot looked good from here. In and out, but possession again to the Chowan Hawks. The Hawks with 2 key offensive rebounds. And the result, finally the putback, driving to the hole is Olivia Gaither. She puts it back, so 2 successful offensive rebounds results in the bucket for Chowan. Lauren Taylor's going to go to the hole. It's fouls aplenty on both squads. This game is proving to be a very physical matchup. And we got the media timeout, 4:55 to go. Fouls aplenty. We'll see the Patriots go to the line. When we come back, the Patriots lead 55-53.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Welcome back to the FM Patriots Network, where the Patriots have a 55-53 lead. For the Patriots, they have had a lead as great as 14 in this game. The lead was 7 for Chowan to start the game. Chowan started out on a torrid clip, leading 9-2 before the Patriots caught up to the fast break game of the Hawks. Since then, the Patriots have had strong pushes to the result of a 2-point advantage. Foul trouble is the issue for Chowan. 4 fouls for number 35, Monique Jones. 3 fouls for number 14, Anaya Patterson. So 2 key players in some foul trouble for Chowan. For the Patriots, no one with more than, 2 players with 3 personal fouls, Jasmine Stanley and also Kiana Lee. Lauren Taylor at the line is going to take an opportunity for a free throw. That one is missed. Subbing back into the game will be Anaya Patterson for Chowan.
Substitution for the Hawks, number 14, Anaya Patterson.
So there's a pause here in the action, just waiting to make sure that everybody's clear on the substitutions and the timing of those substitutions. Did the official come over and talk to the coach for Chowan to caution on those substitutions? I think no issue there. It's just more of a heads up to, hey, let's get that sped up so that we can get the game going. Skip pass for Chowan. Good ball movement from Chowan. In and out. Another three-pointer. Another rebound successfully by Chowan. Lots of errant passes on the side of the Patriots. That ball goes off the fingertips of Anaya Oliver. Possession back to the Patriots. Players falling all over the floor. The intensity of this game, I would say, is picking up, but it's been intense most of this game. How about the three-point attempt? Wide open is Anaya Patterson. Chowan has tied things up here at 56 apiece with 4:22 to go in the third quarter. Jasmine Stanley underneath. She decides to kick it back out to Richards. Richards with the three-point attempt is missed. Jasmine Stanley falls down while trying to rebound. Block from number 11, Destiny Robinson. So great work by Robinson on the block. Chowan now breaks a little bit of man press from the Patriots to get into their half-court offense. Olivia Gaither over to Bland. Bland's going to dribble off the pick, finds some room off that pick, tries to drive the lane, but then hits the ball off the side of the backboard. So good work on that offensive pick play by Chowan. Creates a little bit of moving room for Bland, but Bland could not make her way all the way to the rim. Possession back to the Patriots. Scarlett Gilmore had momentum. She made her way all the way under the rim. I think she had more time than she thought she did. She goes just a little bit too strong to the rim. Chowan now running out of, starting to show a little bit of a sign of fatigue, a little bit of undisciplined play. How about that lack of discipline? Result is a foul against Destiny Robinson. And Oliver drives the lane. Gets 2 to go. So the pace of this game has really been at a quality high pace. Both squads, really primarily Chowan, looking to push the pace with the fast break and at least the faster possessions, at least working their way up into a half court fast enough to see if they can catch the Patriots off guard and finish the deal by taking it at the rim. Mostly the Patriots have broken that fast break, defended it nicely. This time, the and one opportunity for Anaya Oliver. She makes good of her opportunity. 3 points there. FMU now up by 3. Oh, long sideline pass for Chowan. Good work to get that ball to the half court. 3-point attempt is missed by Brianna Copeland. Another possession. Offensive rebound opportunity is completed by Chowan. Chowan now offensive rebounds. It's a 26-9 advantage by Chowan. Chowan sure knows how to take care of that offensive glass. 3-point shot with 3 seconds to go in the shot clock. Good defense by the Patriots to work the rest of that shot clock minus that offensive rebound issue. Anaya Oliver content to drive the lane. She does good work with only Zaria Woods a big out there. Patriots back to the 2-big set with Jasmine Stanley and Zaria Woods underneath. Oh, some good work by Chowan to drive the lane. Kibra Hopkins, but then she gets crossed up, and it's going to be a jump ball for the Patriots. Lots of jump balls called by the officials today, so they are not willing to call travel or foul on those very contested balls. Instead, they are saying jump ball. So this time, possession to the Patriots. Patriots with a 5-point lead. Up to Jada Richards. Richards shows the 3-pointer, then drives to the free throw stripe. Good passing on the side of the Patriots. How about Jada Richards throwing up a 3? Zaria Woods not in good position there for the rebound. She reaches in to try to make that save. Oh, good stop by Jada Richards. Richards did good to stop the Kibra Hopkins drive. Kibra Hopkins looking like she was going to make the lay-in, but instead Jada Richards comes flying in from outside and makes the stop. Steal for the Patriots. Here comes Jada Richards. Over to Scarlett Gilmore for a wide open 3 look. Jasmine Stanley's going to get called for the foul. It looked like a clean rebound to me, but instead she's going to get called for the foul. She is not happy about that result, but what we really need to see from the Patriots is to be calm and cool after what they consider a contested call to no result, to no fault of their own. That call is going to stand, so the result is going to be possession to Chowan. Chowan with a 5-point deficit with a minute 30 to go. So we're going to take a break here. Minute 30 to go in the third quarter. The Patriots have a 5-point lead. Francis Marion women's and men's basketball squads will play a pair of home games this coming weekend. Both FMU squads will entertain North Greenville University on Friday here at the Smith University Center. Women's game tips off at 5:30, the men 7:30, or a half an hour after the women's game wraps up. Converse University, the Valkyrie visit Francis Marion on Saturday afternoon at 2 and at 4 o'clock. 2 o'clock is the women's game. 4 o'clock for the men. FMU softball in action against Queens University of Charlotte for a doubleheader tomorrow. First game starts off at 3 o'clock at the FMU softball stadium in the Griffin Athletic Complex. Driving the lane is Chowan. Another jump ball. So Lauren Taylor getting into a grappling match with Destiny Robinson. So big versus big. Both trying to get that rebound. Instead, possession to Arrow to Chowan. This time driving the lane out of balance is Destiny Robinson. However, she does draw that foul.
The Patriots, number 20,
Jada Richards with the foul against. So both squads in the bonus. So any foul is going to result in some shots, but that one is going to result in 2 due to the shot attempt thwarted or missed by Destiny Robinson. Robinson has been the top scorer for Chowan. Robinson with 14 points on the day. Make it 15. Scratch that. Patterson with 13 for the Hawks. Rebounding has been a shining star for Chowan. That is what has kept Chowan in the game. We'll talk more about the rebounding later. Instead, good passing on the side of the Patriots. There's a rebound from Chowan. Defensive rebound in this case. The attempt to slip it underneath is no good. Another jump ball is going to be called. So that is a call jump between Jada Richards and also number 11, Destiny Robinson. So two players getting after it, trying to get the possession. 56.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. FMU hanging on to a 4-point lead. Anaya Oliver with possession. She is between the logo and the three-point arc. Dishes it off to Jada Richards. Richards had knocked down 2 3-pointers in a row earlier on in this game to alight the crowd. And this time, you want to talk about alighting the crowd, how about Azaria Woods lay-in? Chowan with possession of the ball. Chowan doing an excellent job with ball possession, moving the ball around. And a 1-3-1 defense is being shown by the Patriots here. A little bit of a zone look for the Patriots results in a rebound and the shot clock off. Anaya Oliver to handle the ball. 3-point attempt from Scarlett Gilmore. Gilmore finally knocks it down. She looks at her hands and says, finally these hands get it done. All 3 of these for Scarlett Gilmore. 3 seconds to go. Look for an attempt from Chowan. And that's going to be a foul against. So that's going to result in free throws for the Patriots with only a fraction of a second to go in the quarter. That should result in shot attempt. Instead, it's going to be an inbound.
After 3 quarters of play, Chowan University 57, Francis Marion 66.
And FMU with a 66-57 lead. We'll go to the fourth quarter in just a moment. The Patriots with a 9-point advantage.
The Swamp Fox Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Welcome back to the Smith University Center. We're going to start the fourth quarter in just a moment. Please note that the Francis Marion men's and women's tennis teams will host Lenoir Rhine University in non-conference tennis play Sunday at 2 o'clock at the Kassab Courts. Let's give a shout out and a congrats to FMU sophomore tennis player Liam Day. He was named FMU's McDonald's Student Athlete of the Week. So we're going to kick off the fourth quarter. Patriots with a bit of a flurry to finish that quarter. Patriots with a 9-point lead. Possession of Chowan. Oh, slip it underneath to a wide open attempt. And another rebound by Chowan. That was a wide open attempt by Monique Jones back out on the floor. Scratch that. Kibra Hopkins was on the handles there. Regardless, finally a rebound for the Patriots after another offensive rebound for Chowan. 3-point attempt from Lauren Taylor. Hard off the glass. Chowan in their half-court offense. Taisha Sharp handling the ball smartly. Move it over to number 35, Monique Jones. Jones makes it. She slaps her hand and says, give me the ball just a little bit more. Monique Jones is trying to get her squad hot, trying to get them kicked off and rolling here in the fourth quarter. Chowan rated number 10 in the Southeast region, looking for a victory to try to move their way up in the region. But the Patriots have something to say about that. Patriots trying to get some votes of their own in the Southeast region basketball play. Driving the lane and the and one. Kibra Hopkins with the make. And Coach Lenise Stallings not happy with the officiating so far. She has been in the ear of the officials of late, feeling as though a couple of calls should have gone her way. Watch out for Coach Lenise Stallings. If she gets a little too vociferous here, she could get the T call. She is getting real close as far as the officials' tolerance is concerned for that. Now, I appreciate her energy and her frustration there, but now you can see she's shaking her head in dismay, saying, hey, I like that call was made, but she is making her case that a few were missed besides the one that was called. Regardless, we're back at it. Jada Richards is going to move that ball up to the top. Scarlett Gilmore with 15 seconds to go. Gilmore content to take the air out of the ball just a little bit, slip the ball underneath to Anaya Oliver, kick it out to Taylor for the three-point attempt. Really wish Anaya Oliver would have gone ahead with that attempt. Instead, it was a drawn-up play of sorts to free up Lauren Taylor. Taylor was wide open for the three. Instead, good work by Chowan. It's going to be a foul against Jada Richards, so that's going to put number 11, Destiny Robinson, on the line.
At the line, number 11, Destiny Robinson.
Robinson hitting at a 7:36 clip free throw-wise, so she is definitely a steady threat out there on the floor. This one's a miss.
Substitutions for the Hawks, number 14.
So the Hawks claw to within 6 points with 8:08 to go in the quarter. Several subs on the side of the Patriots, both Zaria Woods and Lauren Taylor back on the floor. It's been a while since we've seen them both on the floor. Pass it in to Scarlett Gilmore, breaking that defense nicely. Underneath is Lauren Taylor. Taylor slipping to a driving Zaria Woods. Patriots fortunate to get the possession of the ball back. Back underneath the Zaria Woods. She's going to go lefty. That ball is blocked. Lauren Taylor kicks it out smartly to Anaya Oliver. 8 seconds on the clock. Oliver's going to follow her own miss. Chowan with numbers. They're going to drive. They're going to kick it over. Steal by Kiana Lee. Lee's just going to take it all the way to the hole. And while she does miss, she does draw that foul.
Fouls on the Hawks, number 11, Destiny Robinson.
So Destiny Robinson with another foul against.
Substitution for the
Robinson now with 3 personal fouls. She's still in good shape, along with Anaya Patterson with 3. However, the one to watch is number 35, Monique Jones. Monique Jones in a little bit of foul trouble. She's got 4 fouls against, so she is out on the floor, but she's got to watch it or else she'll find herself fouling out. Kiana Lee with the front end make. Lee a 771 free throw percentage. Makes the first, misses the second. Rebound to Chowan. Double team, working the ball inside. Monique Jones takes it to the glass. No problems there. FMU 69. Chowan University 64. Toss it underneath to Lauren Taylor, trying to make it. Instead, it's a block by number 33, Kibra Hopkins. She takes it, then takes it down the sideline. Patriots are causing problems defensively against Chowan. Chowan can't seem to get an easy, fresh look at the rim. Instead, it's going to be a mid-range shot from Monique Jones. That one goes awry. Anaya Oliver is going to take it all the way to the hole. She changes her mind. She's going to go ahead and take it back. Smartly done. She was trapped by Olivia Gaither. I like that move there. So she's trapped by Gaither. She's got momentum. So what does she do? She sends the ball off of Gaither's knee and out of bounds. Heady play by Anaya Oliver. Oliver with possession at the top of the key. Missed pass from Zaria Woods. Zaria Woods was trying for the slip play underneath the screen pass underneath to Kiana Lee, but that ball missed by quite a bit. That ball goes out of bounds. Possession back to Chowan. Looking for a place to go with the ball is Monique Jones. She finally does get the ball away to Taisha Sharp. Sharp in between the logo and the three-point arc. Easily stolen by Scarlett Gilmore. Gilmore goes uncontested to the rim, but then she misses the lefty shot. So a missed opportunity for Scarlett Gilmore to get 2 easy points. I think Gilmore is showing just a little bit of fatigue out there on the floor. And instead, slipping underneath, Monique Jones. We're going to get a timeout on the floor by Chowan. Chowan wants to come up with a game plan. I'm surprised that call wasn't from Jerry Porter. Instead, that is a timeout from Chowan. So we're going to take a break here. Chowan has closed to within 3 points. Patriots lead 69-66.
The world is changing, and Francis Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
Welcome back to the Smith University Center on the FM Patriot Network, where the Patriots have a 69-66 lead. The Patriots have really done their work with efficiency, striking at a 44.3% from the field, but it has been rebounding by Chowan that has kept Chowan in the game. Chowan nearly doubling up the Patriots in rebounds. They have a 61-34 advantage, and you want to talk about doubling up. How about tripling up the offensive rebounds Chowan's 31 offensive rebounds to the Patriots' meager 10. So that's the reason why FMU has not opened things up. It has been the rebounding prowess of the Chowan Hawks. Inbound of the Patriots. On the run is Kiana Lee. Lee content to wait for help. Chowan had the defense back. Malia Owens tries to slip the ball underneath to Zaria Woods. That ball gets defended. Possession back to Chowan. Things looking tenuous for the Patriots. Patriots have lost their rhythm. They had looked strong for most of the game, but urgency is beginning to be a concern as Chowan has clawed now to within 1 point. Oh, very fortunate is Lauren Taylor. Lauren Taylor on the inbound after the bucket. Got the ball knocked off of Olivia Gaither, who was in the way of the ball, but that ball went out of bounds. So now full court press action from Chowan. Just enough to put pressure on the inbound. Richards now with possession. She's going to move the ball up to the top of the arc. Now to Lauren Taylor. Taylor's asking Kiana Lee to make a move. Woods back to Lee. Lee to Malia Owens. Underneath is Lauren Taylor. Lauren Taylor tries to get that ball to go. Good rebound on the side of the Patriots. Malia Owens tries a three-pointer. That ball goes for a miss. We're going to go timeout by the Patriots. I like the Patriots timeout by Coach Jerry Porter. The offense wasn't quite as composed as it had been earlier on, so I think she's going to coach up her squad as to what they want to do on this offensive set. They have 18 seconds to go in the shot clock, so plenty of time on the shot clock here out of this timeout. 4:34 to go. Patriots clinging to a 1-point lead. Let's talk a little bit about the Chowan offense. 15 points for Destiny Robinson, 13 for Anaya Patterson, 11 for Monique Jones. Now for the Patriots, scoring recap here, 17 now for Lauren Taylor. Zaria Woods with 12, Anaya Oliver now with 13 points. So the Patriots will inbound with 18 seconds to go on the shot clock. Patriots are hanging on to a 1-point lead for Chowan. Chowan on a quality scoring run to close the gap here. It has been defense for Chowan. It has been rebounding for Chowan. And eventually they're just eroding away at the Patriots' lead. Losing her balance is Kiana Lee. Lee trying to handle the ball and get that ball to go up to the rim. She is clapping her hands in dismay after losing her balance, but she needs to get right back to it. Jada Richards is going to inbounds. That ball goes to Zaria Woods. Woods quickly to Lauren Taylor. Lauren Taylor with great strength up with the left. Count to FMU with a 71-68 lead. Chowan driving the lane. Rebound to Chowan. Destiny Robinson with another rebound, and then the ball is fumbled in, touched by Zaria Woods. That ball goes out of bounds, so possession will stay with Chowan. We'll get the inbound from the lengthy Olivia Gaither. Chowan on their inbound set, finding a wide open Monique Jones. Good work by Monique Jones to spring a little bit of a leak in the Patriots defense. She is open underneath there. Now, for Kiana Lee, I'm a little bit concerned that Lee is just pointing to the officials, counting on that call to go the correct way, but I would prefer pursuit from the Patriots there instead of hoping that the officials see the right call. Patriots with possession. Anaya Oliver handles the ball, so Malia Owens in to give Anaya Oliver just a bit of a break, but now with 3:40 to go in the fourth quarter, Anaya Oliver, the point guard, the captain for the Patriots, is going to handle the start of the offense. She drives the lane, but there is a foul on the floor before she was able to make that bucket.
Substitution for the Patriots, number 4.
So Demetria Bland with the foul, a touch foul away from the ball. The result is possession back to the Patriots. Inbound to Scarlett Gilmore. Slip it underneath to Jada Richards. Richards loses possession. She handled the ball, and then she juggled her feet just a little bit, and you can see she's putting her hand on her ponytail. She says, my bad, guys. We'll get back to it. So it's incumbent on her just to get back to good defense. Patriots holding on to a slim 1-point lead. Patriots have lost their oomph on offensively. Meanwhile, Chowan has started to come around with their offensive prowess. Good rebound by the Patriots there. Lauren Taylor hits the deck, but she does get possession, gets it over to Anai Oliver. 1-point lead for the Patriots. Slowing things down is Oliver. Oliver to a 3-point stroke from Jada Richards. Richards misses the tray. Rebound attempt is Lauren Taylor, but then that ball glances off of Demetria Bland, and both the Chowan player and number 3, Demetria Bland, and Lauren Taylor pleading to the official that it was the other person that it went out on. We had a good vantage point from here. Definitely out against Chowan. Good call by the officials, who have been very steady most of this game. Been very pleased with their efforts out there, and they have a hard job, especially in a game that is as contested as this one. Chowan with possession. Handling the ball is Taisha Sharp. Sharp content to bring that ball back up to the top of the arc. Trying to slip it underneath to Monique Jones. Defended nicely by Jada Richards. Timeout by Chowan. So with 2:33 to go, FMU clinging to a 71-70 lead. We'll take a break. When we come back, Patriots lead by 1, 2:33 to go in the fourth. Welcome back to the Smith Center, where we've got some players, some fans grooving to the beat. And hey, they've got a lot to groove to. We have a well-contested game. 2 exceptionally good squads here. FMU with a narrow lead. FMU coming in at 10-7 in conference, 12-4 in conference is Chowan. So clearly this is a big game in Conference Carolina's play for both squads. Jada Richards looks around to make sure that she does not get stolen. Great work by her to get the steal and then dribble her way out of trouble calmly. Possession to the Patriots. Scarlett Gilmore goes with the Euro step. That's going to be a call against the Patriots. Now that's not a foul. Instead, that is going to be a travel. So instead of a Euro step, that is a travel call. That will be possession to Chowan. So Chowan with possession. FMU with a 1-point lead. 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Chowan doing a very good job with their ball movement here late in the fourth, and it creates a 3-point opportunity for Taisha Sharp. She knocks it down. Chowan now has a lead, 73-71. It has been about an hour on the regular clock since there has been a lead for Chowan, and it has been at least since late in the first since Chowan has had a lead. So Chowan takes the lead on the 3-point stroke, and Patriots are going to have to figure things out with 1:26 to go. Chowan now is going to slow things down. They had used the fast break with great efficiency in the first and second quarters, a good portion of the third, but now they're going to take a little air out of the ball with a 2-point lead past Chowan, 73-71, 1:07 to go. And it's going to be a offensive foul against Demetria Bland. That is a big unforced mistake by her. She drove physically into a Patriots player. Patriot player goes down. The result is inbound by Jada Richards. So an opportunity for the Patriots to either tie it up or take the lead here. Chowan has finally taken the lead 73-71. Anaya Oliver smartly handles the ball to bring the ball across the half-court line. Slip it underneath to Lauren Taylor. Lauren Taylor is going to get called with a travel. Yep, she took a juggle step from underneath down along the baseline. Lauren Taylor does not complain. Taylor knows that it was a travel on the juggle of her feet. She had good position, but she took one extra step. The result is possession back to Chowan. So the fans for the Patriots don't like it, but I do think that that was a clear call. You don't see any complaining on the side of the Patriots with the jerseys on. Yep, and that's going to be a palm ball or a carry ball on the side of Chowan. So, and I would not call that a makeup. I would call that a clear call against Chowan. So the Patriots are going to have possession with 36.8 seconds to go. We're going to get a timeout for the Patriots. So Patriots held the lead for most of this game. Now they find themselves down by 2 points with 36.8 to go. When we come back, we'll get the conclusion of the fourth quarter.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Welcome back to the Smith University Center. A 16-5 fourth quarter finds Chowan now up by 2. The Patriots led for most of the game, minus a short portion of the first quarter. So now the Patriots are going to have to figure out a way to tie it up or take the lead here. One way to do it is to go to the glass by Lauren Taylor. No foul is called by Lauren against the Lauren Taylor shot. Lauren Taylor was going to the glass. Coach Jerry Porter is saying, how can you not call that? It has been called for most of the game and now not called. They're going to call it clean against Chowan. So possession to Chowan. 23.3 seconds to go. And number 23 is going to inbound. And offensively coming in is Brianna Copeland. Copeland, a three-point threat, so look for Brianna Copeland. If she gets open, she may take that three. A three would put some nice distance between the Hawks and the Patriots here with only 23.3 seconds to go. She gets it on the inbound. She's going to dribble, handle the ball. So multiple guards out on the floor trying to avoid the foul. So the foul is finally called. 18.3 seconds to go. That's a call against Scarlett Gilmore. That foul clearly intended to stop the clock, so smart move by Scarlett Gilmore. The only question would be just how long does the possession take before they can get that foul to stop the clock. Inbound to number 3 for Chowan, Demetria Bland. So 2 critical free throws for Demetria Bland coming up here. Anaya Oliver with the foul. So 2 free throws from number 3, Demetria Bland, would generate a 2-possession situation for Chowan. One make here would at least make it a full possession 3-pointer for the Patriots to get back in on this with 17 seconds to go. Count the first from Demetria Bland. Now this is the critical stroke. Bland makes the second. What a critical free throw attempt by Bland. So timeout by the Patriots. A 2-possession ball game for Chowan. Chowan leads 75-71. Chowan on a 17-5 run here in the fourth, make it an 18-5 run, and that's the reason for the 75-71 advantage for Chowan. Leading the way for Chowan continues to be Destiny Robinson, along with Anaya Patterson, and also number 35 in Monique Jones. Jones and Patterson each with 13 points, 11 each for Sharp and for Hopkins. 18 rebounds for Destiny Robinson. So Robinson with a monster double-double going, 18 rebounds and 15 scores here. 11 offensive rebounds alone for Robinson. We'll talk more about the offensive rebound advantage for Chowan here in a moment. So 17 seconds to go. Patriots need a quick make and a foul or a stop. And they're running out of time here. They really need to get a bucket soon. And Oliver goes to the hole, and now we're going to get hard pressure and the foul from Zaria Woods. 8.8 seconds to go. So Anaya Oliver with the make does what she needs to do. 8.8 seconds to go. Obviously the foul comes next. The foul is accomplished by the Patriots. So going to the line is the aforementioned Destiny Robinson. Robinson 7 for 10 from the line today. 8.8 seconds to go for number 11 here at the free throw line. First one's a miss, so Patriots still have a chance here. Even a make would be a one-possession game. A three-pointer could tie it up if there is a make here by Robinson. Instead of miss, a two-pointer will tie things up. And Lauren Taylor running out of time, having a hard time in the full court. There's no chance for the team to get a possession. They didn't quite know how to handle things, and time expires. Chowan victorious, come out of the Smith University Center with a 75-73 victory. So let's give you a recap here. FMU Women's Hoops, today is the first of a 5-day homestand. FMU will stay at home February 11th. They host North Greenville February 12th against Converse. For Chowan, they return home this weekend back to Murfreesboro February 11th and 12th. They'll play Belmont Abbey and Southern Wesleyan. The advantage for Chowan clearly was on the glass and rebounding, 66 rebounds to 40 for the Patriots, and on offensive glass, 32-13. So definitely the answer and the reason for Chowan's comeback victory was the glass work, trying to get back into things. They did so with a monster fourth quarter. In their fourth quarter, 18-7 was the advantage on the side of Chowan. The result is a 75-73 lead. Well, thank you again for joining us here on the FMU Patriot Network, where Chowan comes in and steals a 75-73 victory over the host Patriots. We hope we'll see you on Friday for women's basketball tip-off at 5:30. Thanks again for joining us. 75-73, Chowan victorious. Thanks again for joining us on the FM Patriot Network.